Well, we're back to the vlog after a week off because I had so much to do. Do you want me to give you a brief run over of last week? Here we go. I had to go to Dudley. My friend's dad passed away, which is pretty rough and, you know, not good. Visited Cameron, yeah I did. I did a lot of other stuff, but I did take the week off from vlogging, so I'm back. But I know when this vlog's going to finish, because when I move into my flat, that's going to be it, because I'm going to have to focus on uni and won't have time for this. Cat. And I've got no internet right now. I've got no internet. Excuse me, camera. There we go. I've got no internet because my parents have switched over to BT. We don't know when they're going to turn it on. And it's really annoying. The internet has finally been restored and I'm about to set off. I'm going to the Heywood Model Railway exhibition. Well, the Heywood Model Railway Club with Cameron, who's about to turn up. So let's go there. We're going at the wrong moment as well. No, it's quick enough to run goods in. The goods trains, of course. So it's Tuesday, and I'll let you know on something. I got given a lathe. Well, I didn't get given it. I asked and they gave it me for free. So here's parts of it. This is the lathe in bits. I got carried away, I'll admit, and I forgot to record any of it, but I've dismantled the lathe now. What I've got is the main body of the lathe. I've got the chuck here, which I've got moving. And I'm just taking out the two rods for that. See that thing at the end? That's, well, I don't know if you can. At the end there's a thing that slides up and down on these two rods. Taking the rods out, and then the whole thing's going to get cleaned up basically, scrubbed out, dried, rust removed, and painted up so that it looks like new again. That's the plan. Should be good. So the lathe work carries on. I'm joined by my highly active cat. Ugh. If we look in here, so the parts are actually in really good nick. Now this has been sat out for some time, at least a month or two. But all of these parts are in incredibly good condition. They're not worn out. You know, this lathe is actually really decent. They're just covered in years of grease. So I've got it soaked in a very hot, soapy water bath. And I know people are saying water and cast iron, but the whole point of this is to remove the grease, and then I will dry them out. And once they're dry, the parts that should be painted, I'll paint them. Basically, to get them all clean. You see, it's filthy. I mean, look at my hands. Yuck. So I'm about an hour into the filth and toil, but look at how good these parts have come up. Now these were greasy as anything, absolutely filthy, and they've come up a treat. Now this is the only cog I'll be painting, purely because it doesn't rub up against anything else. All of the rest of these, for obvious reasons if they actually rub up against each other, I'm not going to be painting at all. I'm just going to be cleaning them back to bare metal. Now I have stopped for now, but that's purely because I don't want to fully scrub these until I'm ready to put the thing back together properly. All I want to do is scrub everything nice and clean, and then put it back together, and then put the body back together, and then start to work on the chuck. Not the chuck, the actual lathe bit, the working bit, which is the only bit that, the actual main body. So this is the only bit that I'm actually going to use. Now this whole sliding mechanism and all of that, which is this, I'm not going to be using just yet, because it's missing a few parts. And also, I'm not going to be using this for metal turning, which is actually what it was for. It's a metal lathe. I'm going to be using it for wood turning. Now, because I'm using it for wood turning, I don't need to have all the fancy bits going, so what I'm going to do is clean it up and have it sat there, and then in the future, sometime down the line, when I get my own place, I'll repair it as a metalworking lathe. But for now, it's okay just being sat on its own. So this should be good. I'm really warm, it's a very humid day, so I'm sorry about that, but let me run you through the lathe. I've pretty much finished cleaning the bottom of it. I haven't even started on the head of the lathe yet, because that is a complicated piece in itself, and I might as well tackle one piece at a time. So this is the head. Now, let me put it this way. To explain how this works, it's nice and simple. Now, ignore this, because this is for slowly hand-turning it, but it's knocked out of sync, so I can't do anything with it. So here sits a chuck, which is a big thing. It bolts onto that, and that is what holds the piece that you're going to be turning. Now, these funny things are actually where the lathe is powered from. This is a very old lathe, 1887, funnily enough, I found the date. Now, these would have been belts for different speeds, so lowest speed, medium speed, highest speed, and these would have attached to big line shafts that would have run across the roof. That's how old buildings were powered, because obviously you never had little electric motors, you had the steam engine powering line shafts that connected to everything. So that's how that connected. Now, the gearing here was just to, you know, hand turn it. Now this gear here connected to the mechanism I'm about to show you. So here's the bits of the mechanism over here, but let's have a look at the girder, the thing that it's built on. So this is what the actual lathe is built on. So the head goes there. We're actually looking at the back of it. That's where the tailstock goes. Now I'll just quickly show you the tailstock that's remembered. This is it. It's incomplete, it's missing a few bits. Now something sits on top of there that holds the other end of the piece. Here should be a lever, and you turn it to move it and then tighten it to stop it. Yeah. So inside the girder are these two screws. Now these two screws are for the different ends. Now they spin in the opposite directions. Now within here, I'll look on the other side, they slide a thing up and down in here. Now this is what all this gearing is for. This is what the gearing is for. Now this was to turn stuff, so this is what the lathe would have done. It would have turned things to put a thread on them. So this is the piece that slides up and down. This hugs up to it. What happens is that sits in there. Well, it's the other way around actually. So you'd have this. Nice and simple. A bolt in there, you would either have it make it go up or down, and these would hug the screw on either side, or set it in neutral in the middle. Nice and simple. And these gears would just gear it down so you could change the speed, and these teeth were for latching onto it as well. So you could have it in automated mode, or you sit it in the middle, and then you could wind it along these teeth. And that's how you activate it. It's a bit difficult to explain it when it's all dismantled, but when I eventually put it back together, you'll see how it works. Nice. I keep forgetting to film, my apologies. I am filthy, but the lathe is looking good. So I've had the whole thing apart now, so almost all of the rust is gone. Now, I'm only putting it together just so I don't lose the parts, because this whole thing needs painting up. But that now runs nice and freely. Got all that. That's been reassembled completely. So now that I can explain what it was, the gearing here, which is initialised by doing that drives a worm gear under there, which moves that component over there. Dead simple, in fact beautifully simple. Yeah, let's get it put back together. I finished it. I finished completely rebuilding a lathe, and it took me 6 hours. That's not bad considering. So this is it anyway. Without the gunk and the mess and the rust, although there's still spots of rust, it's going to be entirely repainted. The only reason I put it together is because otherwise bits I know will go missing. So, let me sit down so I can get closer to it, because this thing's too heavy to lift. You've got this, which is the main head. Now, each of these would have had a belt on it. As you can see, it spins. Now, a chuck would sit there, but that's missing. Almost certainly the Hayward Model Railway Club have that, which is fair. They gave it to me. Now, this here at the back, so when this is spinning, you've got this mechanism underneath. To activate it, you merely do that, and then as it turns, although I'll just deactivate it, it's a bit too difficult to do with one hand, this all spins and moves that up and down. Now, it's so low geared, you won't see any movement in it. Ow, I just damaged my nail again. My hands are filthy. Now these teeth, there's a piece missing in there, but basically something should sit here. I'll put a photo of it, and that'll run up and down with a hand gear along these teeth. But yes, I've completely rebuilt a lathe. Oh, and that's the tailstock. Now, the tailstock, although part is missing, slides up and down here. And that holds the other end of the piece that you're turning. Yes! One finished 130-year-old lathe. Now it needs a total rebuild again, painting, and the missing parts found. I'm very happy with myself. I think I forgot to film anything yesterday. You didn't miss much because I just stayed on my computer all day. Doing some paperwork, that was it. Really boring. But now I'm off to Cameron's again, to pop in, see how he is. Let him know about how the lathe went on. Thanks to him that I got it. Not him and his dad, who helped me bring it back. Hoo-ha.
Hello everybody, it's me! Guess where he's been all day today?
Hi!
We've been here. Can you guess what we've been doing? We've been watching things on the YouTubes and the internet, on that thing there. And that's all we've done today, so there's nothing interesting.
There's literally nothing interesting at all.
Except the lathe broke, but I'm sure he'll tell you all about it in a moment.
I'll tell you all about that, don't worry.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah.
Ha! See you tomorrow.
So, hello. What Cameron was talking about. Basically, I put my lathe, the new lathe that I spent yesterday rebuilding, away in the veranda. Well, not yesterday, the day before. Put it in the veranda, which is basically like a covered over area by the end of the garage, nice and safe, until I could repaint it. Now, I know my dad works in the veranda, and he tried to move it on his own, which was... I've been trying not to be annoyed all day, and I'm more annoyed that something's happened. I'm not annoyed at my dad, but he tried to move it on its own. Shattered the whole thing. I can't find two of the spokes, which have completely pinged off somewhere. I am gutted. I can't lie and say I'm not gutted, because I'm really gutted. But it was an accident. I'm going to keep a hold of these fragments. Modern engineering means that I could get a new exact replica cast and cut. But for the time being, what I'll do is just go to an engineering workshop, get them to cut a blank. Or worst comes to the worst, just not use it. I wasn't going to use the automated slide anyway, because I was going to use it for woodwork. It's just, one of those things that I would have loved to have put the whole thing together with the choker, tailstock, slide, everything, and say, I've just fully restored a lathe, it's 130 years old and it's as good as new, and then put it away until I've got my own workshop. But it's an accident, and accidents happen. So tomorrow I'm going to ring up an engineering firm and get an idea how much it would make to get a blank, not a cast proper thing, just like a blank piece of metal cut. Technically it's Saturday, but I'm just going to class this Friday. I haven't done anything today. Nothing. And it's been a bad mental health day. I've had somebody trashing the name of my Canal Society on social media that I've had to do a lot of damage control on. I haven't been able to do any work on anything. I haven't packed up anything. And I'm annoyed. I'm feeling really frustrated and fed up. It's 2 weeks till I move out. And not doing anything. I think that one thing that's so annoying is that, for the past week, my mum's been saying, oh, I've got something to tell you. What is it? Tidy your room first. So I tidied my bedroom. I'll tell you tomorrow, I can't bother now. She then goes and puts all my stuff in my room. She room's a mess, go tidy it up. And I've just given up. I don't care anymore. What is it? Like, clearly it's something that I'm supposed to be happy about, but I just can't be bothered anymore. It's been a week. I've just every single night I'm asking when my mum comes home, what was that thing you tell me? Do this, do that. Oh, it's too late. I just can't be bothered anymore. And it's just, like, my dad wanted to tell me, but my mum said, oh, no, you need to study his rooms. I can't wait till I move out. I'm so sick of stupid stuff like that. And I've just had a bad day. Just in general. Just a miserable day of nothing achieved, nothing done. I want to do something. I'm going to do some cooking tomorrow. That's all I've planned. I literally just ignored my alarms this morning. I just couldn't be bothered. It's not been a good day. And tomorrow will be just as stupid. So yeah, feeling pretty downtrodden today. Oh dear. Right. Time for me to go to Bury. I'm helping my mum get a new phone. So exciting, honestly. Revolutionary. Cooking. So come back from Bury. Now I'm making a pasta bake. Got a tray. But I'm not using dry pasta. What I've done, didn't film it, I forgot. Got some dough. And I'm going to make a 4 cheese sauce. I've got my, breadcrumbs for the top, infused with bacon, a recipe that I found, and I've got the pasta roller. I'm going to make some proper pasta, make pasta the proper way, and it's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to it because I've never made pasta properly. Should be good. Working on the pasta now, though. This is the dough. I'm just going to run it through this thing a few times just to get it nice and flat, and then I'll cut it and shape it, and it's going to be really nice and really tasty. I love cooking. So how much pasta does this one make? That's a lot of pasta. I made a lot of pasta. All hand rolled by me, and I'm very proud of that. So just wait for those to dry just so they hold their shape a bit better. And then I can cook them, and I can work on the cheese sauce. Lovely. I should do a cooking show one day. So what I've got now, we've got the peas, because I like to always have some veg in my pasta bake. So I've got me homemade pasta bubbling away. I've got the 3 cheese sauce. Beautiful. In here, I have the breadcrumbs, which are going to go on top, all nice and crispy. Got the dish they're about to go in. Once the pasta's done, bung it all together, bung it in the oven, and it's going to be great. Oh, yes. Monday, I actually forgot to film Sunday. Just didn't film anything. And I did do some interesting things, so I'll catch you up on these in the next episode. But I need to catch up on a lot of editing, so